Hey everybody, the Spider-Man trailer is here. Oh my gosh. I know I did the same thing the first time where I did a trailer reaction and then I did a live, and why not do it again? Why not? It worked the first time. We had a great time the first time. Let's do it again. Hey everyone, if you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Sasha Raquel, and I love all things entertainment, but specifically, boy oh boy, do I love Marvel. And with new Spider-Man trailer, I'm sort of freaking out about like literally everything. Just geeking out in my apartment on a Tuesday night as one does. So come join me. Let's break down the trailer, let's chat about it, let's freak out. I don't know how long this will be. I just figured let's do it. I did it the first time, so let's do it. Movies and Train Studios is here, as is Cassidy, as is Cam. Hey girl, what's up? I saw Cam yesterday. It was the best. I love getting to see Cam. Alex is here. Luke is here. Jason, Alex, Gustave. Guys, you really showed up and showed up to the stream. I appreciate it. I know there's probably 5 million streams going on YouTube right now talking about the same thing, but like why not chat about it? So off the bat, Movies and Train Studios already says I think they showed a little too much, which I disagree with, because I feel like had there not been any indication of, let's go on the basis, here's where I stand on the three Spider-Man thing. I want there to be the three of them, but I don't want my hopes to be up and then judge the movie on something it never was intended to be. I feel like a lot of the leaks are very convincing and I really don't know how to feel about them, but I think getting confirmation on the villains is just what this needed, because it's still focused on Tom Holland. They're not giving away any goods that I think they should be giving away yet. Like, I personally feel like, have we seen them in this trailer? No. Just imagine if we go in and it's just a big movie and he's fighting the Sinister Six, that's one thing. But if we go into that movie and the Sinister Six are there and three Spider-Man show up, like, how crazy is that gonna be in the theater? Like, we thought Cap picking up Milnor was, like, a big deal. Like, this is gonna be insane, and so that's where I feel like they showed just the right amount, but if you guys disagree, let me know, because obviously I wanna hear your opinions. Luke is watching Candyman as we're talking. Luke, enjoy the movie. I hope you like it. Alex, nostalgia is kicking in tonight. Yeah, I'm very proud to say after the first trailer, I had not seen any of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies. Like, I'll admit it. Listen, I came into Marvel when Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man, so that's a special place in my heart. And then obviously I love Tom's Spider-Man being a part of the MCU, because that used to be just the dreams of Tumblr users, and now it is reality. But I feel like getting to see all of the villains come back and have them updated to the 2021 visuals, but like still be, I don't know, like, I really like Green Goblin's suit. I think they kept the best parts of it and updated what they needed to make it not look ridiculous, and I'm just really excited about it. Um, Christian is getting wrecked at trivia. Thank you. I will have a good stream. Enjoy trivia. I know it's cheating, but if you need to text me, text me. Um, Alex said this trailer is more of a story trailer, and the last trailer is like a first act story trailer. I mean, here's the thing. We don't know when any of this stuff happens. Like, we assume that big battle with all of them is the final, like, climax, like, sequence in Act 3. What if that's, like, I don't know. Like, what if there's different parts of the, I don't know. Like, it could just be so much, like, sorry, guys. I have, like, a tickle in the back of my throat. I'm all good, not sick. Don't need to worry about me, but I just have this annoying cough. But I just think there's so much manipulation. I didn't realize how much a trailer could be manipulated until all of the Avengers Endgame trailers, of erasing people out of frames, of switching up which characters would be in what part of the movie, not letting you know what parts of the movie were what parts of the movie. And so I'm just kind of like, I don't know what this has to say. I think what I liked about this was it didn't, like, it just picked up with the information that the last trailer left off. I don't think it repeated the trailer, like the fact that there's a spell that he wants to erase everyone. It just picks off of, like, I like they're doing that, because it shows that they're very aware of, like, fans and what fans are talking about, what fans are creating, and like what they've already given us, and keeping it a very, very tight, excuse me, like, limited. Like, I just feel like they're keeping everything tight and really strategizing this. And I mean, that's up for debate because it's like I think the leaks at this point must be part of the brand, like the marketing. Like I feel like it has to be. Like they're too obvious to be true leaks. And then I agree that last poster was really bad, really atrocious. But I think I don't know. I have no indication of how much this actually tells us about the movie or what. Um Luke says it was a good trailer, but if I'm being honest, it's not the film that I'm super hyped up for. Luke, what are you super hyped up for? Because I feel like pretty much everyone is super hyped up for this one, which not saying you have to be. I'm just curious. Okay, Gustave said, "What would you have liked to see in the trailer?" Honestly, what we saw. Like I am in between the trailer giving away the whole movie. Obviously, no one likes that, but I also don't like when the trailer tells me nothing about the movie. And especially with something like the MCU, like we need something to like ruminate and like salivate over for a month basically. And that's exactly what this trailer is. I think it gave me enough of Ned and MJ because I kind of got the impression from the first trailer that they weren't going to be in it that much. But then I kept thinking back to those promo photos of them in the basement, which is now where we know they have a Doc Ock. And so now I'm really excited because I liked seeing them. We saw Aunt May, we saw Happy again. We got to see all the villains and have them confirmed, not necessarily know exactly where they stand. I just felt like this built off of the past trailers, and I honestly don't think I could have asked for more. And here's the thing. I am planning to start Daredevil pretty immediately, like pretty soon, because between Hawkeye and this, I feel like Matt Murdock is coming, and I need to be aware of him and get on board, especially with all the She-Hulk stuff. I'm just like, this is the direction we're going in. I need to get on board. And the one blind spot of my Marvel knowledge needs to be filled. Um, but I think for me, it's Spider-Man's movie at the end of the day. I want these movies to continue to just be these heroes movies. If we have a little bit of a team up like a Sam and Bucky, that makes sense, or a Kate Bishop and Clint Barton, that makes sense. I'm all for that, but I'm not necessarily too on, or like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. That makes sense. They're both in New York. But I don't necessarily want to just start throwing a ton of stuff in there because that's when I think you can lose what could be a really good Spider-Man story because you're muddled trying to get all this other stuff in. But I'm talking for too long. Wanano said, "Hey, I just want to say I'm pretty sure there were two different Green Goblins, Franco and Defoe." That would be interesting. Someone did comment on my reaction asking if I noticed that it was James Franco's Green Goblin, and I didn't. But why not? I mean, that meme has done so much for the early Spider-Man movies. I would love to see both of them in there. I think that would be amazing. I think that's just where it's like if James Franco's going to be in it, like the other two Spider-Men have to be in it, right? Like there's no way you can have James Franco and then not have Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. Last shot, Lizard jumping towards nothing but air. Yeah, I definitely noticed Lizard too late. Like watching other people's reactions, he was in the frame like before that, and that's where everyone else caught it. And me, I'm processing one thing at a time. I'm like, ooh, Sandman, ooh, Lizard. So it's stressful being a reactor, guys, because you want to like you don't want to just be silent, but you don't want to be talking over the whatever. You guys don't care. It's fine. I'm so excited for. Oh, okay. I tweeted this the other day. I was like, we're not even thinking. We're thinking about the movie. We're so focused on the movie, right? As we should be. But like the red carpet, the premiere, first time they're gonna walk something as a couple. Like getting to see them together in that like trailer reaction thing that they posted to the Sony and Marvel and Spider-Man Instagram accounts yesterday. Like, oh, I'm just so excited to see them together and get to see like MJ and Peter because that was my favorite part of Far From Home. Like a lot of people don't like Far From Home, but I love the awkward teenage vibes to it. Like I just like the authenticity there. Like teenagers are awkward and uncomfortable, and so I am 100% agree with the statement. I'm so excited to see them together soon. Um yeah, okay. So when Doc Ock is like, "You're not Peter Parker," I think that's the biggest clue. I think that's because again, a comment on my reaction, the video, someone was like, what did they say? It's like "Hello, Peter" to "You're not Peter Parker" is like 0 to 100 real quick, so fast. So I think that's the biggest clue, but I'm sure there's more. We will rewatch it very soon. I just want to catch up with some of these comments. Um, okay, Movies and Train says the Doctor Strange shop is where we felt like a little bit too much. Um, okay, and other people are agreeing. I think the thing is, like, I feel like the MJ fall is also another reference to Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I feel like they're gonna play that up. So I think there's some references in here or like parallels that I think are another hint to like what this multiverse is. Again, I could just be totally just off base, but currently finished Sam Raimi Spider-Man rewatch. What's your favorite movie of the I think you mean the trilogy. I think 2, I would say is I don't know. See, I struggle because 1, I think the subplots are fantastic, but I think the origin story of Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man is clunky and it does not age well, in my opinion. I think 2, I like Doc Ock the most as a villain, but I feel like the end is a little anticlimactic to me. Like he comes to his senses and then, which again could just be me watching Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and seeing that the villain is like total evil bad guy by the end, like does not have like the human emotions by the end of it. So like I feel like seeing that in Raimi Spider-Man, I think that's a little bit more redeeming and a little bit more complex that the villain is has a like redeeming moment at the end, but I don't necessarily like it as much for Doc Ock. And I think Mary Jane is super annoying in that movie. But then 3, I think I really like the stuff with like Venom. It gets so campy and I really love when Toby is like Venom. Um it's so dumb and it's so memeified now, but it's hilarious. But then it also has some of the worst elements. Like it's just so messy and it can't come together. So it's like I think if I had to pick one, maybe the first one, I would just skip like the first 20 minutes of it, I think. Cuz it really is clunky and long to me. Um oh, Luke says the movie most pumped to see is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Got to see that last night. Think you'll enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say for now. Okay, I was thinking the same thing, Code Zero. I was thinking that is either I think it's other universes coming in because if you've seen What If, that's the same type of imagery as well as the same imagery as from Loki. So that's kind of the vibes I'm getting from that as well. Um Someone hits the lizard in the Brazilian version of the trailer. I was actually thinking about doing that, is going around to a bunch of the different trailers and seeing if there's like little small details like that that are like in each one. Um will you be prepared for the death of a character, I think is what you're asking. I think if anyone's going to go, and I hate this, but I think it might be Happy. Um, I don't wanna see Aunt May go because then I just don't know where Peter goes from there. Um, and then I wonder if the MJ thing could be a red herring to Ned, but I truly think that whole trilogy is gonna or that whole trio is gonna make it out. I don't think I could be wrong. Someone clip this in December if I'm wrong, but I think if anyone goes, I think I might be Happy. Um, okay, Summer saying the suit that he grabs her with is maybe not Tom's. Lily! Hi, Lily. Say hi to Olivia for me. I don't know if she's in here too. Oh, she said hi. There we go. I miss you guys so much. Go, if you've watched the trailer, text me about it. Um, do I think people die? I don't know. This is definitely going off other people's assumptions, but potentially Happy. Potentially Happy. Reagan Talks Movies is here. Welcome, welcome. Um, Alex said, unpopular opinion. I think Spider-Man 3 is not a bad movie. I said in my Letterboxd review, I never really like reviewed these for my channel, but Spider-Man 3 of the Raimi trilogy has some of the best elements of the trilogy, in my opinion, some of the worst as well. Like, I think 1 and 2 are much more balanced films, and I think I prefer 1. Just again, that clunkiness at the beginning really gets me. But hey, still recovering from the trailer. Yeah, my brain is fried currently. Very. Yes. This. I the minute I see that, anytime I see someone falling, I think of Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I knew then that she was gonna die. I don't think MJ is gonna die though. I don't. Like, I just don't that doesn't make sense. Um, but I would be interesting to see if one of the other Spider-Man is who saves her. That's another question. For those who are full on Toby and Andrew are in this movie 100%, when do they show up in the movie? Like, are they going to be there from like the midpoint on, or they just show up in the last battle? I kind of think it might just be the last battle, but I don't know. So are you saying you don't think they show up at all in the movie? The only thing that's convincing me is some of that those Andrew leaks, and the fact that that man and the last time he was asked was like, we'll see. Like he's given up a little bit. What if Andrew saves MJ? That would be so brutal. Like he could save another Peter Parker's love, but not his own. We would. We are going to be sobbing. Okay, now that we're caught up, can't believe I did that. Should we dabble a little bit and break this trailer down? Yeah, I think we should, because that's what the title of this video says we're going to do. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, okay. I need to turn this volume down. Okay. And if for some reason y'all like can't hear it or something, or oh nope, that's not what I want to do. Nope. Hold on momentarily. Nope. Why? There we go. Okay. Figured it out, guys. No worries. Okay. We're going to watch the trailer. If you can not hear it, let me know and I'll like restart it over, but I think I have all the audio correctly set up so that you should be able to hear it, but I don't know. I also can we talk wait a minute. Is this what people are saying is the new Doc Ock or not new Goblin? Hold on. Is this a different Goblin? Guys. I'm excited. Okay. There's so much in these initial few frames that they gave us. I can't believe I know they do the trailers like that sometimes. And the last one did that as well, a little bit. But like this, especially with like Electro right off the bat. So we have, and people are sort of mad about this. And I'm not 100% sure if this is what people think it is. People are saying this is Stark Tech, which if he's from a different universe doesn't make sense that he would have Stark Tech. But then I'm also like, if he's in this universe, it would make sense. Like, I don't know why people are mad about that. It doesn't mean he's still like, oh, Tony Stark wronged me. It's just like he's a scientist, like he's going to use the best tech on the market. Anyways, that's an aside. Let's continue. Okay, this is definitely a different situation than the other goblin we have. Oh, can't hear the video. Okay, well, we're going to have to give me a moment while I figure out why that is what it is. Oh boy, guys. I'm always so bad at these when I try to like show something. People are saying they think it's Franco. I feel like it is. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get the audio. Should we just go through it without the audio? I just can never remember how to get it back. I never know how to get it back on. Try to lighten the picture. Alex, I don't know that I can do that, unfortunately. The microphone. Maybe oh, wait, no, I remember what I did last time. Guys, don't even worry about it. I remember what I did last time. I think I took my AirPods out. Let's try this. Hold up, guys. I'm gonna be a tech wizard. Don't even worry about it. Audio It's gonna be kinda not the best maybe, but or not. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Audio. We might just not have audio, guys. I apologize, but I don't know. Yeah, okay. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Oh, nope, didn't mean to do that. No. I don't remember what I did last time. Guys, I'm sorry. We're just gonna play through it, okay? Apologies, apologies. If you guys can hear it or something, let me know, but otherwise, we'll just go through this trailer. And I'll turn on where the wait, how do I get my are there no closed captions anymore on this? Okay, well, okay. Sorry, guys. You guys are so sweet. Okay. We have Peter in the rain. This is where I think I'm going to say it for the last time because I don't want to jinx it. I think this is where Andrew and Toby will come in. Like, lowest moment, he's fighting these guys. There's no way he's going to be able to beat anyone. Maybe someone has died. And then, boom. Here is Peter. Here is where I think they would enter. Okay? Okay, hold on. Okay, we get the same shots that we get. Sorry, I hit the mic, which I think is good because I think we see the same sort of things. And we know that it's been at least a week since his summer vacation has ended. Like, it's been a week since Far From Home. Sorry, I'm going to put my headphones back in since I can't figure this out. Which I like knowing those because I feel like sometimes, oh my gosh, hold on. I feel like sometimes the MCU is really bad about laying out their timeline. I think the reason they're really bad about laying out their timeline is because they know that if they lay it out, it's going to have holes in it and gaps, and people are going to be able to point out like inconsistencies. And so I think that's where the issue is going to be. But if they do it something like this, at least we get an indication of like how long it's been for the characters. Also, that would be terrifying for MJ. Swinging past a train and she's never. Peter, what are you doing? You're being world's potentially worst boyfriend. Like, potentially almost killing your girlfriend just trying to swing around the city. Okay, so this is him entering. So this is more of that scene that we saw a lot of actually in the first trailer. And then we see the messed up spell, which again, I like that it wasn't like the same setup as the last trailer. Like, they just kind of went with what we already knew. Again, we're seeing the pumpkin bomb, the bridge, which we've jokingly talked about how much. I think it will go in the order of like, I think the villains will appear in the order that they did in the Spider-Man movie. So I think like Green Goblin and Doc Ock will show up on that bridge scene. Then I think the others will show up. The Amazing Spider-Man villains will show up in another scene. Then I think a lot of people are speculating that the sixth member of the Sinister Six is Venom, which I think makes the most sense. What do we feel about Venom? I think it's been long enough. I think we can talk about that post-credit scene. I think that would make sense if he showed up, but I'm also. Oh, well, I think someone is doing fireworks outside, which is just lovely. But that spooked me for a second. I think that. What am I trying to say? I think that then they will come in later, and I just don't know how to feel about Venom because I really like Eddie Brock, and I see him as like maybe being a journalist covering this. But then if Venom is somehow in this new universe, see, this is what I'm trying to wonder: is Venom going to be helping Peter, or is Venom going to be part of the Sinister Six, because we have 5 confirmed, right? We have Electro, uh, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Lizard. Who's 6? Who's 6? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, so that was Lightning. I also think it's very interesting. Again, somebody commented on this, so I can't take full credit for this, but I think it's very interesting that a lot of the Spider-Man suits that we're seeing, there's very different ones, which usually I think one Spider-Man would get one suit per movie. We're seeing a lot of them. Like, I think we're getting multiple ones, and I think that is a way to disguise potentially. I said I was done saying this, but I think that's potentially a way to disguise Toby and Andrew. Like, this could, like, how are we supposed to know if this is Tom or not? Sure, it's the suit, which I have a little Funko Pop over there if you can see it. Snag that. I don't understand why I can get some of the No Way Home Funko Pops, but I can't get the Eternals ones yet, which is just, I don't know. I don't understand why those are like set up. Yeah, Michaela, we're talking about the exact same thing. Like, is he villain enough to be a part of the Sinister Six, or will that be like something at the end to pull Tom Holland back into the Sony Spider-Verse? Because that's the speculation on the table, is that like there might not be more Marvel MCU Spider-Man movies, and he may go do a couple. More Bridge, which we've been joking about forever. Still chills, still. Hello, Peter. Also, I went and bought a pair of glasses that look like this. They're chic, what can I say? So here's where I'm wondering. Oh, okay. I kind of like that. Okay, this is also seems like there's a very clear progression of this bridge scene. I think this will be extremely early in the movie. You're not Peter Parker. Okay, I want to pause on this. The fact that he says hello, Peter, but then says this isn't Peter Parker, is it just that he sees the Spider-Man suit and he's like, oh, Peter, I know who you are. Haha, we're not going to use our secret names. Or is it more like, again, is he seeing someone else? I don't think so, because I think this is very early in the movie. So I think he's genuinely seeing Spider-Man, addressing him as Peter, and then realizing, wait a minute, something's off here. This scene is hilarious to me because, again, this is what separates and, in my opinion, makes him better. I think Tom Spider-Man is he's just more MCU. That's so non-descriptive, but like he has that element to him that I just think is what fits. And if we're gonna pull them in, I want him to be like, yeah, like what's your secret name? Like, what's your real name? Whatever. And again, it's a running gag because Doctor Strange is the one he asked, and that's in this. But I like that they've got this underground prison, which looks like it's kind of where they did the spell. So I'm interested to see, again, the spacing of events. Also, I love that MJ and Ned are just like laughing. Like, neither of them is going to be able to do anything to Doc Ock. Anyways, I love this trio. Okay, also, this I wanted to analyze a little more because we have the first Avenger. This is I assume this is a Statue of Liberty holding Captain America's shield. But it's like an addendum to the Statue of Liberty, which is so interesting. But again, we're getting like, do we think that this is the Statue of Liberty added onto, or do we think that like this is just a completely different Statue of Liberty? It's got to be the regular Statue of Liberty. Right? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, but again, nothing more MCU Peter Parker than going to a national monument, potentially ruining it. But that's what he does. I love the cranes. I love this whole aesthetic. Okay, swinging. He says others out there. Why does this remind me of when they're trying to get away from Doc Ock in the Spider-Verse movie? Does anyone ring a bell? Am I reaching a little too far there? They're like going through the forest to go meet up with Doc Ock / get away from her. Okay, so we have Electro back here. Now we have Peter doing some magic, or have a suit that's like has tech that can do magic. Okay, when he says Scooby-Doo, is this is so Doctor Strange of him. I definitely think everything in here is in line with correct Doctor Strange. I don't think like there's anything off about him. He totally would be like irresponsible enough to be like, you know what, you three kids are like bothering me. Like you go fix this problem. And then of course MJ's like, dude, I think it's your problem. I love this scene. I think I'm just gonna love any interaction of Doctor Strange with Peter and especially then with MJ and Ned because I feel like I love that MJ and Ned are just gonna get to experience a little bit like a taste of what life as an Avenger is like. Um, yeah. There's a okay, sorry. I don't know why I'm acknowledging this mop in the corner, but like why do we have a mop when it's snowed inside? Like why is all of this frozen? Is this dust? Like what is the explanation for what's going on here? Anyways, look, she has her necklace, her black dahlia. Please Scooby Doo this crap. Okay. Sandstorm and lightning. So Sandman and Electro, which I think we kind of knew before. And then we have J. Jonah Jameson. I'm so excited. I get so excited. I get so excited whenever J.K. Simmons is in a movie. Like even for 2 seconds. Even the State Farm commercials, I get excited. I just love him. And I love that we're getting to see this. Do we think this is where Eddie Brock comes onto the scene? Potentially. Oh, okay, hold up. I want to go back a little bit. So we have wrecking havoc on a street. I feel like this is the build up though. Like he's trying to take them away from the city and that's why he goes to the Statue of Liberty. I can't speak. Oh my gosh. That looks like Oh, okay, hold on. This looks like a red and blue suit. Maybe I'm reaching, but that looks like red and blue suit, which before we saw him swinging was black suit. So something's going on. And I love the sticker on Ned's computer. More bridge scene. Which the fact that it's Iron Spider makes me believe that all of this stuff happens very early on. Okay, we have a pumpkin bomb explosion. Okay, this is where I'm a little lost. So he's saying, I'm sorry, kid, it's their feet. They all die fighting Spider-Man. Which would imply that like if the rule of the multiverse is that everything happens, does it mean the fate that like they have to send them back to their universes and refix everything? Or what is going on? Like this is the part where I'm a little lost, but I'm kind of glad I'm a little lost. Like I'm very like I wouldn't want to have this all explained to me, but like I'm confused. Like is Doctor Strange saying he's going to have to kill them? Is Doctor Strange saying that like he has to fight them and send them back to set everything right? Like I'll be interested when the movie fully explains like what is the spell they're doing, what are the rules of the multiverse, and like maybe that stuff won't be fully explained here. I feel like it has to be. Then he steals a box, but was that the same scene? Hold on. We're gonna do a little trick I learned last time. He says no. Okay, I guess that's the same scene. Nothing different there. Okay. He steals a box, which is this. This is a box he gets to do the spell with, I guess. I love this shot. This is like the best shot. This is wild. Plus, I feel like it's so emblematic of them to use Spider-Man of like, yeah, he is. That's what I love so much about this movie. Okay, it's grounded in. Oh, you think this is actually a really good assumption. The box gives him the black suit. Interesting. I just love the fact that it's like I mean, first of all, we've seen this before, so it's a callback. But I like the fact that it's this story is grounded in Peter wants to be Peter and he wants to be Spider-Man, but those two things cause him a lot of problems when he's both. So then also, this lady must be so confused, just walking her dog, seeing this. When do we think this happens, though? Because when he was downstairs and stole the box, he was wearing the suit. So he's wearing the suit here. But then, I don't know. We don't need to explain it now. See Aunt May. I really don't want anything to happen to her. Electro. I like his new look. I was having a conversation with someone, I think the other day, about it. And they said they preferred the blue look. I like this. I think it fits a little bit more. I think if they were all like separate colors, it would look, I don't know, wouldn't match. Whereas like Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman's striped outfit, which is green or just tan and sand, and then even Doc Ock, they all have this green element, which I think contrasts really nicely with obviously Spidey's red suit. So there he's got the box. Okay, you might be right. Okay, Jack says, welcome to stream, Jack. The box he's holding is the failed spell that then opens at the end, reopening the multiverse. So they open it, Strange contains it, and then he's stealing it again. This is sick too. Like, I love this updatedness. Updatedness, that's not a word. But I like the way that this has been modified. It still feels nostalgic. It still feels authentic to the original, but it also feels like it fits here. There was our Peter and MJ. Hold on. Nope. Okay. Nope. I messed it up. That's okay. I was trying to do too much. So there's okay. So this is the spell again. It looks like. Okay, this is Lizard. This is where everyone saw Lizard, except for me. Then we have Electro, who kind of looks a little like Whiplash right now. I wonder if that's the same tech. I would love that callback. We have Sandman. That's MJ. Or no, that's Aunt May, right? Yes. Okay, this is where people are saying they're seeing stuff. So we're going to slow it down. Okay, I do see what people are saying of like... Oh, no, I keep missing it. Why am I... Lizard does not have the vertical to get my man. I apologize to him. But especially since there's 3 of them. Yeah, everyone's saying this is the shot that we feel is edited. But I feel like he doesn't have the vertical to get him. So either he's gonna fail or not. Sandman almost looks like his main target, and this could be someone off in the distance over here. So I'll be interested to see what this shot is in the real movie, is all I have to say. I still, again, don't want to get my hopes up for something that's not going to be there, but I would love that. See, I mean, like, unless he's going to fall there, but there's no way he's attacking him. You know, all of you guys are convinced as well. See, so he's going for Sandman. Electro goes past him, not dodging down. Okay, I don't see anything here. We'll speed it up to normal speed. Just destroy the Statue of Liberty. That's fine, Peter. You took out the Washington Monument. Now we're going to take this one out. That's fine. That's totally fine. Why were they up there? Who let them? Strange. Can you not control them? Happy. Can you not keep these children away from danger? They're not even that high off the ground, but I don't know why they're over there. At first I thought they were going to make him choose between Ned and MJ, but I think Ned is safe. I do feel like this would be an awesome moment for someone else to save. So let's go. What is Peter wearing right here? I don't know, guys. I think that might be. This is the black. But I don't know. There's like 3 different suits. No, that's definitely Tom. Sorry, guys. No, I think that's definitely Tom. Unless he's not going to be able to reach her. I see the blue. I see what you guys are saying. I think that's still him. I think there's do you guys really think we've seen all the suits? This suit, what is he? Let's see. See, this is a different scene than that because he's wearing a different suit. I don't know. This suit has some blue in it. See, I could see this happening. Tom misses, and then Andrew catches her. But I think that's him. That's Tom Holland right there. He doesn't even have the mask on. That's Tom. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I think that's him saving him. Not saying they're not there. I'm just saying I understand. If I'm wrong, I'll come on here and I'll make a video in my review of this movie. I will say I was wrong. I was incorrect. Oh, okay. So here's where we have, this is what I think looks like What If. If you haven't seen What If, please go watch it. One, not only is it amazing animation, amazing production, really fun stories, and if you've been a longtime MCU fan, there's just like a lot of like Easter eggs and stuff in there. But I think that's what that looks like. And then everyone else has also referenced that this looks like what's outside of outside of King's castle, like the break into the multiverse. So I agree. I think that's like the resetting. Now, I still don't necessarily understand if they're sending the villains back, if the Spider-Men are coming in. I don't know exactly what's happening, but so Strange is on the torch. So he could get up there, but he wasn't going to save MJ. Here's the thing. Here's a reason I don't think MJ dies, okay? I don't think we're going to have enough time with 6 villains to also have a grieving scene. Like, you know how at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, Peter holds Gwen and cries over her. We don't have time for that in this this finale, okay? So either the movie is extremely abrupt or just like continues a little too long, or she doesn't die, which I think she's just not going to die. I just don't think so. Do I think there's more villains in other Spider-Man? I'm still not allowing myself fully to get on the 3 Spider-Man train. I'm just not. I don't want to be disappointed. I think, again, the evidence is mounting, but I still am not. I will be convinced when I'm sitting in that theater. More villains, I think there has to be a 6th. They have the Sinister Six right here, or a Sinister Six, a version of it. I just feel like there has to be, and with the Venom post-credit scene, I think we're bound to see him. I just don't know in what capacity. Okay, someone is telling me to go look at the Sony Brazil Twitter, which we'll do. Twitter. I think people are saying there might not be. See, this makes sense to me that like he would take on. Again, I feel like there is so. Here's what I'll say before we go down this rabbit hole. There is so much of this movie to love that is not being hidden from us. Like there's genuinely everything there, and I know they're gonna keep secrets. They're gonna do it to make our fan experience and viewing experience of watching the movie amazing, whether that's Andrew and Toby or whether it's not. I just, again, for personal reasons, I just don't want to be like, oh yeah, they're in there, and then be like really disappointed when they're not. So, okay. Hold on. Let's look. Okay. We're now looking at, I'm just going to skip to the end. Okay, his head turns. Unless he's just getting swept up in the sandstorm. Maybe am I not seeing what I'm supposed to? Oh, his head's just because he gets punched. Oh, they didn't clip it soon enough. Yeah, he goes to bite. He definitely goes to like bite something and gets punched. Unorthodox, I think you're onto something here. How soon do we think this is going to get taken down? How soon? We'll have it in this stream. Hopefully this doesn't get flagged. Yep. Pretty clear. So he opens his mouth there. Then he immediately gets punched. I know, Alex. I can't believe this is supposed to be the busiest month of my life, personally and for YouTube. And I just see, Ray. This is how I feel. Even if Andrew and Toby are not in this movie, I think it's still going to be a great movie. Like, we already know all the villains are there. Again, I think the evidence points to yes. I'm still just unwilling to commit myself to that belief because I know myself. Once I start believing something, I'll just be disappointed. So that is pretty convincing evidence, though. That I literally thought, oh, he's getting swept up in the sandstorm. Nope, that's his head. Look, it even looks like he's grabbing something. My thoughts exactly. Well, guys, there you have it. There you have it. I'm not going to say anything more about that. That's all I have to say. To quote Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. Yes, I definitely think that is I want What If to be important, like made more important, because I just think so much work has gone into that show. We know we're getting a second season of it. So I'm hoping there's a little payoff for people who have seen it. That is my hope. Go to 27 seconds. What's at 27 seconds? 27 is just this. Oh my gosh, I know, Alex. I'm just prepping to see this movie is giving me something else to be anxious about, to be like another thing I'm just so excited, but I'm also like, there's so much going on. Anyways, December is about to be crazy, guys. Crazy. Let's see. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll through everyone's comments just really quickly. Cannot for you wake me either, Trevor. Me either. I don't know if you're still in here but thanks for stopping by. He is. He's perfect casting. They nailed it 20 years ago. They're great for continuing it now. Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. There's something that hits him. Those editors, oh, I feel so badly for them. Like they've given us a present, but they have hurt themselves and I feel for them. I feel for them. Let's see. Oh, Jaren is streaming. You guys can go over and check his stream out if you want. I'm still streaming, but if you're bored of me, if you're over me, you want to hear someone else's takes on it. And hear what Dr. Strange says. Okay, hold on. When you botched that spell and you wanted everyone to forget that you're Spider-Man is what he says at 27 seconds. Yeah, those Brazil editors are I think they're in for it tomorrow. I feel for them. If not tonight. So we can confirm Drax in the movie, right? We have an invisible punch of Lizard. It's Drax, guys. It's Drax. He can stand so still. He's move so slowly that his motion is not perceptible. Okay. Spider-Man movies you got to see to understand this. So there's the Raimi trilogy, which are the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans that are who Doc Ock and Sandman and Green Goblin are from. That's Spider-Man, literally Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. They came out in the very early 2000s. Then you have The Amazing Spider-Man, the duology of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. That is where Electro is from. That is where Blizzard is from. And those are the only other villains that we know of now. Those came out in, I think, 2012 and maybe like 2015-ish. That time frame, 2013, maybe 2015. And then you obviously are going to want to see pretty much anything that Tom Holland Spider-Man is in. So Civil War. I mean, you don't necessarily need to see Civil War. I would say if you've seen Homecoming and Far From Home, those are going to be what is that? That's 7 movies you have to watch. You've got time, though. You've got a month. And I'm sure you've seen some of them. So, press interviews. The only thing is, like, the press is going to be like, oh, we can't tell you anything. Oh, we can't. Like, the press for Endgame was great because they put people together. Like, I just feel like we're going to get an interview with Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Holland, and it's going to be like, oh, we're super excited about this in this movie. And they'll probably, that's where I think and why the villains were shown. Because I think that gives something to talk about in press interviews or conversations. Also, does MJ die or whatever? And I think Zendaya is really good at keeping those kind of secrets. Whereas I think if they just kept it so secretive, it would be like, okay, Doctor Strange and Peter Parker, what are you guys doing? Whereas I think now they can try to connect it to the other TV shows. They can almost like play around with hosts of late night or like any of the press interviews that they do. Whereas I think before, like, what were they going to talk about? I don't know. So I think this works really well personally. That's why I think they didn't give too much away. But again, if you disagree, you're entitled to that opinion. Do we think cameos via portals? I think they're just gonna full on show up. I don't know. I don't know how it works, bro. I don't know. We'll find out in a month. In a month. I can't believe it's in a month. That's crazy. Drax confirmed 100%. I don't want to see any more theories about there being 3 Spider-Men. It is Drax. Gotta be. Exactly. It's Drax. What can you say? No. I apologize to anyone who wants this to happen. I am not on board for this. Tony Stark is the one sacrifice that you cannot undo. Like, honestly, if they undid Natasha, I wouldn't even be mad about it. I'd probably like turn the other cheek and just look away and whatever. But Tony cannot come back. I just don't want that to happen. Because then, okay, he comes back. Great. We get to see Robert Downey Jr. again. Would love that. We get to see Tony and Peter together again. But then his sacrifice of, so he's going to come back to fight some Spider-Man villains, but not for his daughter. He's like, there's no explanation that makes sense to me of that happening. And so I apologize to anyone who wants this to happen, but I'm very anti this ever happening in the MCU in any capacity at all. Just, I'm not. Plus, we have the Ironheart series coming out soon. Not soon, but like eventually. And I feel like we got to, again, forward looking. Tom Holland went to the event. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I would have loved to be there if Tom Holland was there. Funny thing though, I definitely thought that they were doing those fan events everywhere. Didn't because everyone was reposting the poster, and I just thought everyone was like gonna go to one. And then good for me, someone explained to me, no, it's only one event and it's only going on in Los Angeles. So that's good. But yeah, definitely I was definitely like very confused about like what the fan event was going and like what was going to happen with that and all that kind of stuff. Okay, people are saying where's Charlie Cox? I feel like I think I saw like a leaked photo that was of him in there. I I'm listen, I'm down for Matt Murdock to be in here. Is Charlie Cox the actor that plays Matt Murdock, right? I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but yes, he is the actor that plays Matt Murdock, who is Daredevil, and I am very interested to see how sorry, that was my chair. How, if, or why he gets involved, but I'm just really listen, I am a geek for a little bit more of the ground level of the MCU, which I know I contradict quite a bit, but I will be starting okay, for those of you who have watched something, do I need to start with Daredevil? Do I need to start with Jessica Jones? Should I just watch the show The Defenders? I feel like that's definitely not the correct answer, but I feel like if I'm gonna watch one of them, I feel like it probably should be Daredevil that I should start with. Yes, no, thoughts? Yes, Jacob Tom and Zendaya are great. They're hilarious. The Watch Mojo one, where Zendaya is just like, "What the heck are you guys talking about?" And they're like, "Welcome back to Watch Mojo." Like that is my favorite like comfort celebrity interview clip. I love that. Um, Toby as evil dancing Peter Parker. I mean, listen, I would be on board. Does anyone think that is there any chance the sixth villain is Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio? Is there any chance? I feel like it's a no. But I'm also like, I don't know. Could it be him? Is that the red herring? I don't know. Has Taylor Swift really just been marketing Spider-Man No Way Home all this time? Who is to say? We do not know. I don't know where Tobey Maguire is. I don't know. Right now, he's probably chilling somewhere, laughing his ass off because quite honestly, if he's in this movie, he's laughing his ass off because people are talking about him. If not, he's laughing his ass off because people think he's in a movie that he's not even in. So, Vulture, Morbius, do you think they could show one of them? I feel like they're trying to do their own thing with Sony with those guys. Again, I know that the companies are working together. I understand that there are like rules in place as to like who they can borrow and whatever, but I don't think either of those are coming. I don't think we'll get Morbius, especially because his film is coming out January, February. I don't understand why we would get a sneak peek of him when we're going to get him his own origin story. Like, not really a fan of that. So, if Vulture came back, I wouldn't be mad about it, but then I'm also like I kind of like the balance of like most of Andrew's, if not all of Andrew's, no, all of Andrew's villains, all of Toby's villains, and then we have like Venom as like the last one. Although again, I don't know how I feel about him being the villain. I don't think either of them is my answer to that question. Okay, confirmed. I'm gonna start Daredevil. I have watched Agents of Shield. Which funnily enough, I did a reading in one of my classes about Agents of Shield last semester, and I remember when Civil no, Captain America: The Winter Soldier happened and like it was revealed that like Shield has been Hydra this whole time and everyone was like, "Wait, what?" Like That's crazy, and I remember thinking that they just kind of, like, gave the TV show writers nothing to deal with. They did, 100%, like, the show writers knew. So I need to go back and watch. I loved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because ever since Coulson died in 2012, and I know if you've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I won't spoil it for you, but I know there's, like, a complexity here, but, like, I was always like, "Coulson lives." Like, Coulson is alive, there's no way the man is dead. Nick Fury faked the cards, especially when they were like, "Oh, those cards were in his locker." I was like, "There's something sketch. He's alive." And, that's what I love about Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, Michaela confirms Daredevil. Y'all, I will be starting it, and I will be giving you updates on my progress because listen, it's my one blind spot in the MCU, and I need to fill that in. Yes, Taylor Swift's biggest Easter egg of all time is that, I mean, red, is that not the main color in the Spider-Man suit? Is Mysterio going to show up wearing a scarf? We don't know. We don't know. These are the things that we have to see the movie for. Um, no, I have not seen the Andrew Garfield on today. Although I did watch Tick Tick Boom today, so I will be looking for some Andrew interviews because I am a fool. I am a darn fool. My celebrity crushes video that I did with Sabrina, I left out Andrew Garfield, and that is just a flat out lie that he would not be included in there. Because he was my Spider-Man in 2012, 2013, whatever. I loved him. And I just love Andrew Garfield. I think he's so handsome. And that clip of him whenever he talks about how he like dressed up as the Spider-Man in the fan suit and the crowd goes wild at Comic-Con. I love that. Um Peter can't handle the fact that he killed so many of their rivals. He's deeply affected. Now I really can't save everybody. I guess that's interesting, but here's the thing. Like, for example, in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, right? He fights Green Goblin. He said, like, don't do it. And Green Goblin's like, I'm gonna do it. And then he ends up getting injured. He tries to take him to the hospital. It doesn't work because he doesn't want his identity revealed to James Franco. Then Doc Ock comes to his senses and sacrifices himself. So I don't really think they're not killers. Like, I don't even know what happens. I need to rewatch Amazing Spider-Man because the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire movies are very fresh. But yeah. I not the Amazing Spider-Man ones. I have both of them, so I'll be watching them soon. There's just my list always gets so long and it always gets reprioritized and shuffled and then you're like, do I watch Amazing Spider-Man refresh or do I see this new movie or do I see the movie that came out 2 months ago that's now on DVD? It's a lot. Okay. Eternal spoilers if you haven't seen Eternals yet. It's been a week and a half. No, a little bit longer than that. I'm clicking it. Sorry, apologies. You've been warned. Eternal spoilers. 3 of Taylor's exes are in the MCU, Harry, Jake, and Tom Hiddleston. Yep. I'm still salty about her for Tom Hiddleston, but Getaway Car is kind of a it's kind of a jam. Also, am I stupid because I thought the Red album was about Harry Styles and then there was a song Style. Like I thought We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together was about Harry Styles because she performed it I think at the Grammys or maybe it was the Oscar. I don't think it would have been the Oscars. It was the Grammys. She performed it and when she did the voice of the guy, she did a British accent and I was pissed off. I was like, you did not just come for Harry Styles. But I guess that song was about Jake Gyllenhaal now, so I was the fool. I was the fool. Yeah, no, I think this is why it's become such a thing is like there's potentially going to be the fourth Raimi film, but I think that Peter gets his send off. I think Toby is good, but I think Andrew there was supposed to be another one and it never happened and it got so swept under the rug and then before we could even like think like oh wait a minute like we'd love to see the Spider-Man again like all of a sudden Tom Holland was cast in the MCU. And so it's just saddening to me that he never again like you said he never got a goodbye or a farewell. And so I would love for that to be the outcome of this movie. But again, if that's not the case, that is what fan communities can construct. That is the amazing part of fans. Um I haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think it's that essential. Like, here's my hot take. I don't think the Netflix shows or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or any of the Hulu shows are essential viewing for the MCU. I genuinely think that's the movies and the Disney Plus shows. Is that because they're the same corporate authors? A little bit, yeah. But I just feel like there wasn't the same amount of attention paid to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that is paid to the new shows and how directly it ties into the MCU. Like I think there's good stuff, but like the stuff from the TV shows we're seeing very clearly is bleeding into the movies, whereas that was not the case. It was sort of just movies into the TV shows before, whereas now it's like I don't know. So I want to watch them because I want to be an authentic MCU fan and have seen and watched everything and say, you know what, I have my opinions and I've seen everything. Um, I wouldn't say Agents of Shield is like essential viewing, but I definitely think it's good. I think Agent Carter, very fun show. Definitely doesn't really affect much, but the Easter eggs are great. Paul Giamatti's Rhino. That would be funny. That would be interesting. Um, what's his conflict is that he's the one that brought them there by opening the multiverse and messing up Doctor Strange's spell, and that they're threatening the people that he loves. They don't know him, so that's the same. It's the same argument. Um, as a Swiftie, I am a Taylor Swift neutral, is what I'm going to begin to call myself because I'm not a fan necessarily, but I'm also not a hater in any shape or capacity. So I'm a Taylor Swift neutral. I just like being a part of pop culture. So I'm enjoying the Red Taylor's version discussions. Doc Ock helping Spider-Man and gets Stark equipment given to him. You can also see him attacked by Electro. That would be interesting because I think that's the other thing is like, okay, so again, we're saying all these villains died. Then how did they show up in this universe alive? How were they resurrected? Were they taken from another universe? Like, you see what I'm saying? I'm confused. But I think I'm supposed to be. So, um there's a rumor they won't do a Spider-Man movie, but a 3 season for which Spider-Man? For Tom Holland? I think that would be interesting. Kirsten Dunst said, no way, this is not real. Oh, about not being in the film unless she's married and having spider babies. Did she give away a post-credit scene? I don't think so. I feel like, okay, here's the thing. So, you know how people are saying, like, we need to stop asking all of these other directors, like, what they think of superhero movies or the MCU? I personally think that, like, I feel like you should stop asking actors who obviously contractually cannot tell you anything these things. Obviously, it's a reporter's job, and it's like, you know, if you can't get a leak or you can get a different answer from something else, then sure. Like, okay, great, it's worth it or whatever. But like I just get tired of it because I feel like if I was an actor, like the funniest answer to any of the press that I ever saw was Paul Rudd, Sexy Man Alive Paul Rudd, and Jeremy Renner. And they came up with the 50-year-old virgins. And it was like they would talk about that movie as a joke because they couldn't talk about Endgame. And I think this is potentially, I don't think she's necessarily giving away a post-credit scene. I kind of just think that she's joking around and she's having fun because she knows that people are gonna take it and like, you know, like I just think there's a little hyper speculation. I like to have fun with some speculations and theories, but I'm not taking the words of all of these. Like the same way that Andrew being like, we'll see, is just him like giving a different answer. Like, then no, I'm not in it or whatever. Like, I think they're just having fun. They're normal people too. I'd be interested. I just don't know if I would like the TV show format for Spider-Man. Spider-Man is such a big hero that it's like reduce him to a TV show. I don't know. Michaela said, not sure if you guys covered this, but do you think the second Green Goblin could be the one from Amazing Spider-Man 2? Okay, this is something that's kind of interesting because I agree that it would make the most sense to bring James Franco in because he's iconic, he's remembered, he is like Green Goblin for the two of the movies, and he is like the Harry Osborn that I feel like we get to know. I do like Harry and Peter's relationship in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, but I agree that goblin design is kind of freaky. However, that would be an interesting theory. I would lean a little bit more to being James Franco, Michaela, but I definitely think you're onto something. Like I would not be surprised if it was him. You think the post credit scene has to be Miles Morales? Here's my other thing. I don't think Miles Morales is going to be a live action character. I think he will stay Spider-Verse because I just don't know how they're going to then explain there's two Miles Moraleses in the multiverse, and one of them is animated, one of them's live action. I just think that, you know what I mean? I know so the new Spider-Man trilogy is owned by Sony, but since it's a Marvel shared contract that an MCU character, each installment like Iron Man, Nick Fury, and now Doctor Strange. Well, yeah, so they worked out a deal where they can share Spider-Man as Peter Parker. Like it's all contracts, negotiations and stuff. Like I mean, yeah. They're just sharing the character. But Disney has like all the toy licensing for Spider-Man, which makes them a ridiculous amount of money. And then Sony maintained most of the villains. So that's why something like this is so. Do you guys remember 2 years ago when we were scared that Spider-Man was like not going to be in the MCU anymore? And here we are. Who would have thought? Look at us. Who would have thought? Just crazy. Oh, wait a minute. John has a very fair point. I didn't even think about this. Yeah, James Franco's a little controversial in the news. I couldn't exactly explain everything to you. But it's not necessarily the best stuff, so go look it up on your own time if you feel so inclined. But I actually think you could be very right here. I think that's probably something that Sony and Disney might want to avoid. And so maybe Michaela is correct that it is a Harry Osborn. And wouldn't that be interesting if like Willem Dafoe is like, it's my son and it's my dad, but they're not? That would be interesting. Or it could just be Willem Dafoe without the mask. I guess that would be another like red herring, I guess. But at that point, then you'd have 3 of Toby's villains, 3 of Andrew's villains. Something to think about. Did I watch RPK post? No, I did not. Is this the guy that spoils everything though? No, I don't want to listen. I'm not gonna. I don't. This is the thing. It's fun to theorize and it's fun to think, but I don't like when people try to come in here and confirm or non-confirm. I don't know. I don't like these critics trying to be this is selfish. I don't like these really hardcore critics trying to be a part of the fan community and the fan theories. I just don't like that. Um yes, uh a week from 2 hours from now, we're getting Hawkeye, and I'm so excited. No, well, it drops at 2, right? 2 a.m. my time. So 4 hours. I'm so excited. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. Obviously, I will be doing reviews and I will be covering it extensively on the channel. I just don't know what I want to do because I'm not going to be able to do watch parties every week. That's just not realistic. I don't think I'll even be able to do it for the first one. But I definitely think we'll be doing some form of live stream, but it may not be Wednesdays, if that makes sense. We may try to switch up the days of the Hawkeye just so that we can, give people time to see it too. Because I think everyone will watch the first few episodes, but after that, like, it's Wednesdays, so people might not have stuff come out like in the best time for them. Okay, here's the thing. Does anyone really think that there's someone who is like not going to buy tickets to this movie because there's no confirmation that Toby and Andrew are in it? Or do you think that they'll buy tickets to find out? Because I think if it was confirmed, not to be a contrarian, but I think if it was confirmed that they're in there, there's less reason to go see the movie because it's like, oh, yeah, they did that. They brought both the Spider-Man in here. They did that. Great. Okay. What's next? Does that make sense? Like, I don't feel like it makes a whole ton of sense to just show them because the what if they're in there, what if I'm not there on opening night? I think that sells more tickets than confirming. There's a theory that Spider-Man that saves MJ during the fall is yes. John, I think you came a little bit later, but we've discussed this. I think it's Tom. I don't think it's Andrew, but that's my opinion. Yes. Okay, Jamie, I would agree. I don't think that Matt Murdock is going to be in much else. I think there's going to be a little bit of a hinting towards him, just as I think there will be a little bit of a hinting towards Kingpin and Hawkeye, but I'm not like I don't think it's going to be a big focus. Again, you don't want it to be a big focus because then you have way too many elements. We already are talking 5 villains, 1 Spider-Man confirmed, Doctor Strange, Wong. Like we don't want too many elements. They could. I guess they could just be in the post-credit scene. That would be funny too. Yeah, I agree. I genuinely don't think there's anyone that's going to buy this that's not going to go see this movie because of like I don't think a confirmation would get more people to go see it if that makes sense. That's just my opinion though. That's just me though. Well, guys, I can't believe that we have the second trailer. Like I'm still bonkers like my mind is just like how did what I, this is wild. I think if you've been an MCU fan for a long time like I have and comics or Spider-Man or whatever, I think it's crazy because a lot of these things have been like thought up by fans for a long time or like, oh, could they do this or whatever? And I think the fact that these studios are actually making it happen is just bonkers, crazy nuts. Like, I can't believe that we're living in a world where Spider-Man is in the MCU, but he's fighting villains of past Spider-Man, and just the like hope that there could be more is just incredible. Oh, I think this does $1 billion easy. Is this like a debate? What was Far From Home box office? Was insane. It was Sony's like highest grossing movie ever, 1.132 billion. If Far From Home did 1.132 billion dollars, I think is that just in the US? That's US dollars. No. I'm crazy. 1.32 billion US dollars. This one is absolutely going to break $1 billion. Absolutely. No question about it. I love the trailer too. The trailer made me forget. Yes. Also, this Eternals, the characters have grown on me. So when I watch it a second time, there are going to be parts I love 10 times more, and there are going to be parts that I hate 10 times more. I'm thinking about lowering my Letterboxd rating, guys, because I've seen a bunch of movies this past weekend, and all of them are about the 3.3 stars for me, which is about 6 to 7 out of 10, which is like to me very enjoyable movie, like good movie, maybe not a ton special about it or whatever. So either I'm gonna have to bump everything up to like a 4, or Eternals was not a 2.5. I just feel like I might have to lower it. But trailer already has 7.8 million views in 2 hours. Is that crazy? Michaela, ditto. Agree with the statement completely. It's just so I know that there's some times when like I don't know. It's just crazy to me that like there are things that I have seen in I reiterate this once again, seen in Tumblr posts as like, "Oh, what if this happened, or like stories, and then people add stuff to it, and now it's like freaking real, like, and I can go see it. I'm just sorry about the fire truck. I don't even know if you guys can hear that. Can you hear that? Probably not. Well, if the movie ends up not being good and gets bad word of mouth, but this is, again, John, not to disagree with you again, but I Marvel movies don't typically, like, Eternals is still smashing the box office and people are super divided about it. Like, let's see, what's the Eternals global box office? 281 million. So, and that's divided. And it's new characters that no one's seen before. There's not anyone from the rest of the MCU in that movie. I think there's no, I don't know. Again, just me. Some I agree, some parts of the world might not be add as much to the global box office as possible, but I just think I don't know. I think it'll happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I just think the hype, I've never seen hype around a movie this way. Like, I feel like some days I genuinely feel like the hype for this goes above Avengers Endgame. Now, post watching the movie Avengers Endgame, the hype was insane for the MCU, but I feel like this even like compares to that before the movie's even out. Like, it's just crazy. Bye. Have a great night. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. It means a ton to me. I'll probably be wrapping it up soon, guys, because I as well have homework to do. So, but I didn't want to miss talking about this trailer. Alex, have a wonderful night. I'm so excited to go see everything. The rest of this year is very exciting for me, and I'm very grateful for all of you who are here. Yes, hold on. My battery is about to die on my camera, so we're going to pause briefly. I'm still here. I just have to switch the battery out. Fun times, fun times. Okay, we're back. Alex, have a great night. Thank you so much for the well wishes. I send them back to you and to everyone else here. Honestly surprised the trailer didn't break the internet. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like in a way it did, but like the fact that people were refreshing Twitter for a post for the other day, I was like, guys, we gotta calm down a little bit. I too am pumped for Moon Knight. I think it's gonna be great. Danny, I don't think Star Wars is bad, but that's your opinion. That's okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Did I like Eternals? The answer is no. I have an almost 20-minute review on why I didn't like it, so I won't go into those reasons now. But no, I did not like it at all. I just hope No Way Home is a good movie. I think it will be. I think there's so much cooperation between the studios, rating team. I hope that it's not overcrowded, but I also feel like we're not going to have to be introduced to these characters for the first time. And that's one of the benefits of it being pulling from previous movies. And so I agree. That's definitely the risk it runs, but it could be super overcrowded. It could be really awesome. We'll see. Okay, Ray also has to go. Ray, have a great time doing your homework. Best of luck. Guys, I think that's where I'm going to end the stream because I am tired and need to do some homework as well before I go to bed. I just want to thank all of you for coming by the stream. Anyone who watched my trailer reaction, who's been a longtime supporter of the channel or a brand new subscriber, you guys all like genuinely mean a lot to me. Like, this channel has grown immensely this year beyond what I could ever imagine. And like a lot of that is due to trailers like this and just getting to be excited with other people and discuss, hypothesize, theorize, go back through the trailer. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who have come by tonight. And I hope you are all doing great. I hope you're all staying healthy. I hope you are all just enjoying being a fan, as Michaela said, and as we all talked about. Like, it really is just a great time to be a fan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to have multiple reviews for movies coming out in the rest of the week, as well as hopefully, if I can get around to it, my updated Marvel ranking with the Eternals. I also did a video ranking the individual characters of the Eternals, which I know I'm like almost 2 weeks out from the movie release, but hopefully I will get those to you guys soon. And then a bunch more exciting stuff as we get into the holidays and Hawkeye. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great night. Goodbye to all of you. Thank you guys so much, all of you who are new or have been around for a while. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Your messages, so sweet. Sending you guys all love. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night, and I'll see you all when I see you next. Bye, everyone.